Hello, Bill. This is Sunday afternoon, January the 14th. It's just 70 degrees outdoors right now. It was 76 a little while ago, but the temperature is going to go down this afternoon and tonight. We're supposed to get a little more rain. And then by tomorrow morning it's supposed to be down very near the freezing point, down in the very low 30s. Sometimes it doesn't get down there. It hasn't been down there since. But Friday night here, last Friday night, we got one of the biggest rains I have ever seen. It come down in buckets full, and the lights and the lightning cracked. It really was a storm here. Right outside the door in the street, there was 2 inches of water right on the street. So we really got it, but it wasn't 6 inches of snow or 2 foot of snow like they got in Chicago and below zero. We're very thankful for that. But it really came down. We had a group in that night, and Roy and Lita, of course, they were here in the Fred Moores, and Lita and Roy got here before the storm, but around 8 o'clock, between 7:30 and 8, it came in, and we didn't think the Moores would get here, but they waited a little while, it subsided, and they live right up at the end of this street. They got in their car and came down, and we had a big time, of course, playing six-handed euchre, and real good time. But it really was a storm. And then we read in the paper after that how terrible it was in Chicago, and then Jim Short called Elsie and Kenny and said it was below zero up there and in Janesville, and that you had lots of snow and the roads were closed. You certainly are having one time, and according to the paper, you aren't going to get any much above zero for a while. I don't know. Anyway, I was just wondering, you said something about having to deliver a good lot of corn in January. Of course, January isn't over, and the roads will be open pretty soon, but I was just wondering how far along you've got, if you've got the big shed emptied out yet or not. I don't suppose you have. But anyway, it'll probably loosen up so you get the rest of it over there before your contract is up. I hope so. I hope the price comes back again on that you left have to sell, but it still get a good profit for you if it gets right, keeps around 200 or $2. But those things, I don't know. And, of course, we go about our business here. Today we've gone out for breakfast and gone to church, and then about 4 o'clock we go and eat again. That's about the size of it. Clara's doing some typing for Edith Johnson. I don't remember her. That's the widow that used to go to church with us. And, oh yes, Floyd is here, upright. And they bought another trailer, and that'll go in next week. 12 by 40 it is, on the other side of the street from here. It'll be nice, but so they'll be busy next week. Gordon, he got a telephone from Lorraine, and she said it was cold up there too, so I guess we can be very thankful we're here and out of all of that. Anyway, we're both pretty well now, and everything seems to be. Clara's improved quite a little, but gets awful tired. Of course, I guess it's just too many birthdays, Bill. We both get tired after dinner. I just got up from a big nap, but we feel good, and we should walk more, but don't. It's like Gordon, he should walk more, but he doesn't. Anyway, we're getting along fine. I suppose your arthritis, I hope it's quit. It's out of my hip now. So it went over to the shoulder on the other side, but that's got straightened around. So I don't feel so bad at all. Tomorrow, of course, in the morning, it's supposed to be pretty chilly. I don't know whether we shuffle in the morning, the men, or not. If it's too cold, they don't. And tomorrow afternoon, about 4 o'clock, George and Bertha are taking, I guess you remember George, the little short fellow that was there, the Polak, came up to visit us. We took him out to the Hoffman house, and so he wants to return the favor, and we're going to go out to dinner tomorrow afternoon about 4 o'clock or 4:30. I told him it didn't need to, but he seems to want to, so it's all right. And we'll be going out for dinner tomorrow night, so that's the way life goes down here. We're having a pretty good time. And we don't go as much as we did last year, which is a good thing, because I don't think we can take the pace that we did last year. And I was wondering about the corn, of course. Then, of course, there's another thing came up. You sent both the federal and the Wisconsin income tax form. And on the Wisconsin income tax forms, if you turn it in and you don't have to pay anything at all, but you have to know how much last year real estate you paid. That's one of what you paid to Florence Peterson. We don't have that down here, Bill, but it's over in the other house in the desk. As you sit down in the chair and face the desk on the left-hand side, I think it's the third drawer, you'll find the tax receipts. And you can let us know how much the tax was last year. You'll have to pay the tax this year, but last year you paid it the same as you always have. And we'll have to know how much it was last year. If you send that in with a special form, why, you get $100 back according to this thing here. Now, whether that's right or not. But you'll find it in the left-hand drawer. I think the third one down, Clara says. But there'll be receipts there. The tax receipts are all together. And maybe the canceled checks are in there. I don't know for sure, but the tax receipts are in there too. I'm sure of that. Anyway, before we have to send in the income tax, which would be April here, the last of March, why, maybe you can find out how much we spent last year for taxes. If we can't, if you forget it, I'll remind you again. Anyway, we'd like to have that. I don't know whether we have to have the whole tax receipt or whether we just write down the number, but you can take your choice. You can send it by tape or just mail us the tax receipt from last year. And I'll take it into block when I make out the income tax. I don't suppose I get any W form this year because I didn't have any wages and I didn't have any interest coming from you because there is no interest. All you have is the note that has to be paid. That's all, and there's no interest on it. So that'll be out of the job. Of course, I have what I got for Bob's screenings, and I'll have to make some explanation of that. But that'll all turn out to be pretty well. So I think that's all for that transaction. Of course, you'll have to pay Florence Peterson for this year's taxes and do the same as you always did. So that'll be out of the way. And there won't be any interest or wages coming to me this year. So that'll cut out I didn't have to pay any last year, any income tax last year, and I shouldn't have to pay any this year. So it'll all wind up at the end. I don't know how it is, but of course if I can get $100 back, why, I'm going to try, of course. Anything else? Why, I was just wondering how the things are going up there. I hope everything is going all right. You probably can't get much done, but neither can anybody else, so that's the way it'll go. Just hope you can get your January contract filled, that's all. But we'll see when we hear from you. And sometimes later this afternoon, we're going out to Piccadilly to get our, guess you call it dinner. We only eat twice on Sunday. It's a, oh yes. There seems to be something a little bit wrong with this tape, but I guess you can get it from here on. I rewound it, and there seems to be a little trouble at the end there. We were going out to dinner, of course, and then I guess tonight we got the evening to ourselves for a change. So I don't know. Tomorrow night, supposedly too, after we get back from the feed that George is going to take us to. Then Tuesday, of course, the men shuffle Monday morning if it's isn't too cold, and then Tuesday night we play dart, and then we go up to Elmer's, I guess, for a bunch of us for the play 31. The women are coming here, so I've got to get out. Last Tuesday night, I had 7 of them here. There was some company, and we had played 31, and it was quite lively, but still in all, it isn't like it used to be. But I guess we can't. This thing is sticking again. Well, I started it over again. Maybe it's in my machine here, I don't know. Maybe the tape that I've got is wearing out. But anyway, every once in a while toward the end it seems to stick. But I don't know whether it's the tape or whether it's the recorder. Anyway, it's going now, and I'll stop. It works part-time anyway, so I'll get along with it. So that's all for now, Dad.